Best landscaper in your city is probably not the busiest one, but the one with the most review. Is someone with a worse result than you can be booked out for 3 months out. It's because they look more legit online. So here's some mistakes that I see that the most landscapers do that's costing them jobs and costing them revenue. So first of all, we gotta start with relying on only word of mouth. You need to get your platforms and get your leads from different type of platforms, so you never go out and if something happens to one of these platforms. So first of all, you can utilize Facebook ads, and we have Google LSA, which is Google Local Service Ads, best thing for a landscaper. And we also have the Google ads. And the second one I see is not asking for a review after completing the job. When you have completed a job, the customer is in the most satisfied state. So it's your job to ask them to leave a review. So what you can do is bring an NFC card with you. That way it's just very easy for him just to scan your phone, scan it with his phone, and he can leave a review there. But when you come back and ask for a review, it's like there are probably chance that he's not gonna wanna leave a review. So, and if let's say for some reason he doesn't end up leaving a review, then what you are gonna do is, like after he gets to home, you get to your office or something, what you can do in your CRM is just have him in a follow-up sequence where you just ask him to leave a review. You don't have to do any of this. You can do it all on automated system. So it's just very easy for you. And make sure your Google profile is filled with as much information that as you can give, because it's gonna help Google understand that you are a trustworthy business. So it will have more likely to show your business on the top page. So if you're not filling up everything, and I mean everything that you know, to every extent, just fill this up and make sure that your NAP, which is N for name, A for address, and P for phone, is the same across all the platforms for Google, My Business, and Facebook, Instagram, and whatever you have. Keep it consistent. It's also gonna help the Google notice that and help you rank higher. And also, whenever someone leaves a review, make sure to comment on it with relevant keywords you can use. And keywords are just words that people search for. So you can just say, thanks for trusting us, we were the number one in Texas City, for example. You can say it's gonna help you also rank. And the next mistakes that I see is not following up with your customers. If you're not following up, you're missing a huge amount of opportunity on the table. What you need to do is have an CRM sequence so whenever a customer doesn't get contacted or isn't picking up or answering your calls, you can send them to that sequence, and they will have automated text message and email, and they can obviously say yes if they are interested, and if they are not, the sequence will end at some time. So you're good in both ways. And it's follow-up is like the most important thing that you can do, and it is not even taking you any time to do it because you are doing it on all auto. And the one I see also is underpricing. Underpricing is like one of the beginner mistakes that you might have. So you want to really sit to a chair and really think about this pricing thing. So what I'm gonna tell you is, if your like profit is above 70%, or if you're like 70%, if 70% of your estimates get like accepted, you should definitely increase your price, because that's a sweet spot and you can increase your price and the customer will drop, but like it will eventually, like you have more revenue, like working less but more revenue. And if you're having like less than like, if you wanna have like profit, really profit, so what you want at least have is like more than 30% estimate request accepted, because you're charging a like high price. But you can like research it on your own, and this is really a beginner like foundational step that you should. And you don't wanna ignore local SEO. If you're still not focusing on SEO, like I'm not saying that you don't, like you have to be really focused on this channel, but all you have to do is upload some text and like have some before and after pics and have some review requests. You don't have to like even do it on yours. It's like it's gonna take like way less time than you think, but it's gonna compound over time, so you get like free jobs every day. And if you're running any marketing campaign, when you're replying on slow, you're losing the leads. You need to call as fast as possible, possibly within the 5 minutes of the customer coming in or the customers submitting their information. So you should have someone dedicated to call and handle the CRM for the customer. And the best and the thing is, you have to track everything. But what I'm gonna say is, you need to really track the marketing. So how much of the estimate does convert, and how much of the sales is converting, how's the sales, how's the price and everything, how much of the customer acquisition cost is. You need to like have it all tracked in like, you can track it even in Google spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be too complicated, but make sure it's all tracked so you can actually see and see if you've improved, or like if you have decreased the amount. So what you want to see is, if you approach a new marketing aspect, what you want to do is look at the before you run everything, before the experiment, see the result, and you want to see the after result. And if you have the tracking, you can like clearly see the after result. And if the after result is good, you keep it. If it's bad, you just keep the previous one. And a pro tip, you never stop like the previous marketing approach. So when we are experimenting this one, we are not stopping this one, we are just adding this one. But if this one is good, then we are stopping this one. I hope that makes sense, because if something is working, we wanna like keep that going forever until we find something better. And it's our job to research and know which is the best. And if you want to have someone implement all of these for you, you can check the link at my YouTube channel, where I work with landscapers on pay-per-result basis to get them the most of the customers.